Jerusalem is under siege already for 2 years. No one can enter the city. No one can leave the city. How long will this take? In the beginning there was food enough in the city, but on a certain moment the shops become empty. No one can bring food in the city, and no one can go out to buy some food somewhere else or go to the field to farm. Mothers are struggling to find anything to eat for their children. Children are crying. There is a severe famine. No food left in the city. This is so sad. Children suffer because their parents don't obey God. Then on a certain moment the city wall is broken through. The enemies come into the city. When King Zedekiah hears this, he and his soldiers flee in the middle of the night. But the enemies pursue the king and overtake him in the plains of Jericho. All his soldiers are separated from him and scattered. King Zedekiah is captured and taken to the king of the enemies. There they pronounce sentence on him. They kill his sons before his eyes. Then they put out his eyes, bind him with bronze shackles, and take him to Babylon. The soldiers from the enemy enter the city. They go to the temple and take all items made of gold, silver, and bronze. Then they set fire to the temple of the Lord, the royal palace, and all the houses of Jerusalem. Every important building is burnt down. The soldiers also break down the walls around Jerusalem. What a disaster! The commander of the army also takes the most important priests and officials, all of whom had been responsible for leading the people to disobey God. He takes them to the camp of his king. There they are executed. The people that survived the siege are taken as prisoners to Babylon. Do you see them go? How would they feel? Only the poorest people are left in the country. They need to farm the land. The prophet Jeremiah has warned these people for many years. They could have known that unless they repented and started to live as God wanted, they would be captured by their enemies. They had foolishly ignored all these warnings. Now they need to live as prisoners in exile. Everything God has told Jeremiah happens just as he has said. The city of Jerusalem lays in ruins. The temple is destroyed. God also has told Jeremiah that the people of Judah will remain in Babylon for 70 years. Then they will be able to return. God has punished his people, but he still has good plans for them in the future. Isn't he merciful?